So, as is tradition, I kind of forgot where I am. Haven't played in about 10 days. And that's not to say I haven't played any PlayStation. I've been smoking my crack dicks. So, I need a little refresher, talking to Shu and the gang. Oh, that's right. We came home from Matilda. Nanami's like, I'm relieved to be back here. I guess it's because this is where I want to live. Kind of cute thing to say. And so, yeah, we did not get the Matilda Knights. That would have been cool. But instead, we got a couple hundred recruits. And the Highland Army isn't sitting around. You like how I just summarized this? Like, as if Shu's gonna be like, by the way, Highland Army not sitting around. They're coming to kill us sooner and later. Just a little rest. But tomorrow, we got to fight again. I just like the idea of Shu being like, anyways, we do this, and then we're going to lose the war. All right. This is setting up like a, hey, you can snoop around and do a nighttime mission, but I am just going to try to go to bed. There's Pilika staring at a wall like a psycho. Somehow that is a sneak up on Pilika. A door opens and closes, and she's like, oh, what? And, in the past, she's like knowing Joey is coming from around the corner and shit. Like, that is an inconsistent Pilika as a ninja storyline. Anyways. Obviously, I've been conflicted on how I feel about Pilika back and forth. I don't know why Nanami just weirdly left the room. All right. Meanwhile, with Luca Blight and shit. So, yeah, he's acknowledging that he is a lunatic, and as a result, the entire army isn't loyal to him. You can infer from that what you like. Sorry, I got elections on my brain because those midterms were 2 days ago, and there's still a lot of stuff going on, but I'm not going to get into that. I always kind of get into that and say I'm not going to, so this is just a tradition for me. All right, Joey's got a plan for everything. How did you get so wise? And he's like, oh, I'm not that smart. I have a strategist that I've been keeping in my pocket. Leon was on your side in the last war. Assuming that you side with the main character. He mentions the Silverberg family. Leon was Matthew's brother. And yeah, so people only remember that Leon and Fam exist when there's a war going on. And he's like, anyways, you and my younger brother-in-law figure this war stuff out. I'm going to go do Luca Blight stuff, which is probably like drinking pig blood or something. Right? Like bloodthirsty maniac. He'd probably drink pig blood. Terrible news. Whoa, I really know this game, don't I? I was like 80% sure she was going to say terrible news. If it come off like 100%, it wasn't. If it was 100%, I would have said terrible news, everyone is gathered in the square, whatever she said. Okay, the Highland Army has appeared in Radit Town, which, to clarify, if you're like, I don't know what Radit Town is. I'm not psycho like your level of psycho. Radit Town is south of Couscous, which is where we go to get our weapons sharpened. It's not Solon G, and that's because he's dead, so it'd be awkward if a headless horseman was controlling the army. I didn't watch many Halloween movies this year, by the way. Oh, wait, Radit Town. I'm sorry, Radit Town is east of where I was describing. There's 3 cities that you share this island with. Or I guess it's not an island, this peninsula with. It's walled off. I don't know what to call it. But either way, you get a certain point south and it's inaccessible. I remember the first time I traveled down there, I was like, oh, I bet there's going to be some little secret thing. But it's just a fucking wall all the way across. Nothing good going on. I'm curious if I can upgrade any of his stuff. I don't think I can. Either way, I need to hit up Barbara for some storage concerns. All right. I'm going to hang on to the fried tacos, which I'm sure they're still very fresh and delicious. Whoa, chill out, fam. Alright, I could probably just sell that, which I assume I will. That's, you know, for a later day. I think there's only like 3 characters in the game that can do that. I'll probably just sell that or just put it in whatever. I obviously don't need 2 protect mess. I'm not really using those. Maybe I should start using those. You know, get out of my comfort zone of how I normally play this game. Alright, yeah, let's use Vicky. Let's make things much, much faster. Or actually, you know, we'll use Vicky for just a partial trip. This will cut our trip into a quarter. And I want to go to Cuscus anyways to upgrade the Star Dragon Sword. Excuse me, rookie blacksmith. You mind working on this sword that's going to probably tell you he'll kill you if you touch him with a mallet? Obviously, he didn't get killed. That's good. This game does cap how much money you can hold. So, you know, I know Victor's going to be a major player in this game. Like, in general, he's used pretty frequently. So, I just want to make sure his weapon stays sharp. And I'm also going to go south because I want to hopefully do more trading. By trading, I mean buying like a crystal ball and then selling it to those kobolds. Because arf, arf, they love shiny balls. Calm down, you perverts. Not like that, LOL. Nah, that's what I meant. Wait a second. Okay, never mind. I was just thinking about the friendship rune, and I know that that's where it's in this town. Crystal ball is not very available this game. I might have to look up what I need to sell to. It's the next destination. I can't think of it. It's the other empire, like from the first game. I'm not going to bother retroactively saying spoiler alert. Because I already said it. The target lady. Let's sharpen that sword on some rabbits' necks, right? That is not how sword sharpening works. Oh, wow. That was actually decent damage. Didn't see that coming. I just assumed they're so much lower, so much weaker than me. But magic defense is not Victor's strength, so... He actually leveled up from that. Good for him. Maybe he should double up on shoulder pads. I know you love wearing capes. Yeah, but if I had more capes, I'd give them to you, but I don't. It's so weird that Victor uses a sword one-handed, but he can't use a shield. Like, why not, Victor? What are you doing? I came in from the south, but now I'm coming in from the north. No big deal. Yep, a lot of Highland soldiers. And you can either go back or go inside. And I think Victor, like, reacts like, what? Either way. No, okay. No, he doesn't. Which way should we go? I don't know. How about the only way we can basically go? Otherwise, that just takes you out of town. So yeah, this is Kiba and Klaus, and they are running a meeting saying this is under Highland rule. If you step out of line, you will be executed by Highland law. It's not what he said, but it's the gist. Yeah, worse than executed was being devoured by a spirit wolf, and I don't want that. And Kiba's like, oh no, that's just a rumor. The soul wolf was howling into the sky, but you being the main character, whoever, didn't actually witness the soul wolf eating anybody. The two-headed soul wolf. So Kiba's apparently pretty credible, and the people of Radit are like, oh, okay, good. I am glad. I don't care who's in charge. I just want this war to end. Alright, so it's Kiba and his son. This is basically what we were coming here to find out. And Klaus is like, hey, Lord Nick Cage. And somehow, like, they didn't even bother putting an exclamation point in there. I love that you can say, let's run away, or what? Like, they're just, like, 10 feet apart from each other. What's up, Klaus? I wish this Klaus was played by a goldfish. If you know what I'm talking about, you're pretty cool. Klaus used to be so... I think Klaus and Haley are like the most improved players on American Dad. So there's your answer. They're from American Dad. Because they used to both kind of annoy me, but now like I find them both to be a delight. Like they got their legs under Klaus and Haley. They figured out what they were doing with them. Because early on, Haley just like, I'm a rebel, but now she's like, yeah, she's still like a hippie and a rebel, but she's also like a hilarious, hedonistic. Like she has that in common with her mother. And you know, Jeff's evolved a little bit too. He had a pretty wild side story, you could even say. Like he lived in space and he's not technically the same Jeff anymore. He died and he was replaced with like a robot or an alien Jeff that has Jeff's brain. Which, like, why would you save Jeff's brain? Anyways, that's what they did. All right, and we are going back to HQ. Not quite. All right, letting these rabbits showed up to stop me. Who's doing the perimeter at my headquarters? That like rabbits with axes are just hanging out outside. Let's see if we have a library store. Okay, yeah, we do. I didn't know if it had to grow to a certain point. By the way, I say library store because that's what my son calls it. Well, you know, if you say, do you want to go to the library? He goes, yeah, let's go to the library store. You know, as we were walking in, I almost said, hey, it's just Rena or Ellie. It's not both of them. All right, everyone's gathered in the Great Hall. I wonder if I went in the other way, like if I snuck in through the East Wing, if I could have just avoided that. Speaking of the East Wing, you must always go to the East Wing, to quote the opposite of Beauty and the Beast. Let's see if we can do a cooking contest. I may have gone the wrong way, and then that would be a no, you cannot. Yeah, I did. Okay. Guess it's just above. You know, I'm going up some stairs, a couple 4 stairs. Ah, here's some serious stairs. All right, now this is like the Iron Chef aspect of the game. All right, so there's a mysterious, like, I heard a rumor but didn't think you were really here. I am shocked. Hey-yo! What if you didn't know it was his name and that's just how he ends his sentences? So, you're here. Hey-yo! Oh, guys, come on. What am I supposed to do with the name You Come? Like, don't we all come? Isn't that the greatest joy in life? Hi-yo! Is it true that you come? All right, anyways. He's being challenged to a cook-off. And luckily, Nick Cage walked in this time. And you can say, like, yeah, good luck. Man, how could you compete with someone named Yukon? I assume that, like, no matter how garbage his food is, he's going to make the other person come. So it's like, fucking good luck with that. Based on the judges, like, you could at least win over one of them with a pile of acorns for your meal. All right, Futan Chen. All right, let's see. Dr. Juan's mentor, Tuda. Warm patients. Yeah, you don't want cold patients. This lady in a pinch. How will she vote today? All right, I was hoping for something funnier than... I wonder what he likes to eat. Like I said, a bunch of acorns. All right. Who's your challenger? You come. Oh man, those special effects, unbelievable. I like that he said, hey, good luck, Hayo, and it's like, it's not just good luck. He is actually like manning the shit with him. All right, the appetizer. I guess salad with, I don't know. Geez, I almost want to do no spice. Hold on. Oh, okay, I was gonna say there's more options. I don't have many though, so yeah, let's stick with salad. It's a classic choice. I don't know. I guess no spice. So should I do a salad for the main course and dessert? No, I'm not gonna. I can't have him lose his first thing. Okay, scratch the salad, salad, salad. Let's do chowder with some red pepper. That sounds good. I would do that. Meat bun's pretty good. And we're also, you know, we don't have a lot of options. I don't know what tamagoyaki is, but let's do that with mayonnaise. No, soy sauce. And then, obviously ice cream. Sugared ice cream. Right? Right. Oh, that turns into pudding, fried egg, and gumbo. Whoa! I forgot that was a thing. Okay, so here's the cook-off. Begin. And you don't have to actually do anything. Right now, you're good to go. Like, it shows this time versus the pot being ready. And I don't know if you, like, make things too complicated. It comes, like, to be a close call. But yeah, it doesn't look great. Like, that's, time is against us here. I mean, I guess if we at least get halfway, that's a good indicator. Which we did. I hope we at least get 5/8 of the way. Which we did. Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing in cooking shows, obviously, is beating the clock. Tomato soup. Oh, boring. I hope that's out of 100. Well, squirrels really like tomato soup, I guess. All right, we'll try that against the champion's appetizer, gumbo. Oh, this is pretty much game, set, match. All right. Their main dish, dark chowder. I already fed them gumbo, dipshit. Yeah, no wonder they don't like, oh, except Muku Muku. Oh, you're so easily impressed, Muku Muku. Okay, main dish, fried egg. You know, when you put it like that, I'm not surprised we didn't do great on that. What are you gonna have for dinner? A fried egg. That was my mistake. We kind of need to make it up. I thought this was a free win. Oh, lukewarm for the dessert. Okay, yeah, pudding. Pudding for the win, baby. Yeah, that's pudding for the win, but not as the slam dunk I was hoping for. I think I won by like 5 points. Oh, what do I know? Math, right? In case you're wondering, I used a calculator and it's 12, so thank you very much. And that was a blowout. This chef assistant is really devastated. She fell to her knees. All right, your reputation is well deserved. I mean, mostly you were terrible. I don't want your family recipe. Your stuff was terrible, and all that was a kiss. Tomato soup. Tomato soup scored the worst. Thanks. Here, no one likes my tomato soup, so you're lucky enough to get the recipe. Okay, let's head back to the Great Hall. Maybe I should start this video off, or just put in the comments, hey, if you don't like the cooking contest, jump to 1840, but I won't do that. Because what's not to like about the cooking contest? This is, I love games like this and Earthbound where, the protagonist doesn't talk. Oh, okay, Victor actually says it. I thought it was going to be one of those things where she was like, so, Kiba and Claus, huh? And it's like, yeah, but you didn't say anything. Okay, so it's the third and fourth company, so... Yeah, look at that. He's saying that we're ready to fight a decent battle, so... No strategy. Are you worried, Victor? We're gonna kick ass. Actually, I hate to say wait a minute, but it's, you gotta talk to Apple. Otherwise, the default troops are gonna be stupid. This is actually pretty good. This makes Victor a pretty strong unit. But here's the thing. If you compare Ridley and Victor, it's a no-brainer. Ridley is much better. His attack is 2 better, and he has the preload of critical, whereas there's nothing special about Victor. He's you know, basically the same as like this mercenary, but more offense than defense. Teresa's always going to have, or starts off with Shin with her, and I recommend keeping that because when she does the archery attack, you want the risk of a critical. This is kind of a crap duo. Like, these two do not belong together. Yamku or Hannah would be a better choice for Luke because Luke is going to keep his distance and he's going to go for attack. I don't like Invention. That's dumb. Investigate's also kind of dumb. Bodyguard's okay. Oh yeah, we got to get Chaco. Chaco's going to make a unit fly, which is a little bit better than having a horse. Yeah, Freed is just trash. He's like, if Chaco doesn't provide anything, that's what you get. Alright, so this is a defensive unit. This is just a talented unit. So he provides the cavalry, but like the +1, that's not great. Alright, and just in case you've never really like known what's going on with these, the top number, the 8 and 9 for Nick Cage's unit, that's the default, but then with the boosters, like, Shu is the best unit in the game, like the best support unit in the game. He provides 3 attack, 1 defense. He also includes critical and evade, which, like, probably 1 out of, I don't know, 6 times will come into effect. If he says, I've got this figured out, we're going to take defense, then that means you're not getting hurt that round. If it says critical, you're doing 2 damage, which will kill almost any unit. I'm actually going to make... So he's like the king in chess. You can't lose him. There's no other like metaphor for everyone else, but really, like, I'd rather make Ridley a badass attack unit. I could also put Mikladov in instead, but I'd rather have these 2 units a little well-rounded. Like, if I switch these, and all of a sudden he's 14 and 8, like, he could die relatively easily, so... And it's, the odds of you getting 2 criticals is pretty rare, so it's just like... It's not like if you did get 2 criticals, it would be a waste, but it's like rolling, you know, snake eyes. Like, it's not very likely. So it's just like, it increases your chance of getting it, but it's also not a bust at the same time. I don't know. I'm probably not explaining that well. So this is a good defensive unit. Bright Shield will heal everyone in the surrounding area. Repair Self is just for the unit you have. Cavalry makes you double your movement, same with flight. And then the long range units, you don't need to worry about their movement so much. Flick is a cavalry unit that is also an archer. So when I say long range units, all the top ones are infantry. All these bottom ones are long range, especially magic is a range of 3. This is a range of 2. That's not always the case. That just happens to be the current setup. Fire Spear is great. And since he has cavalry, I'm going to keep that. But normally, I would want that in one of the infantry units. But he's also one of the more defensive, especially with heavy armor. In fact, heavy armor is a waste for archery. Man. I guess I will make... Okay, yeah, so he's going to be like a meat wagon for me. And then... I keep seeing the 2 criticals and thinking, oh, did I do cavalry twice? Okay, Jean has a lightning, which is just a good attack. Like, it, instead of doing her normal attack, she would just like strike them with lightning. Shortcut isn't useful in most fights, so I'm going to just up his attack 1. Okay, I think everything else is pretty good. I wish that you could just drop Freed right here. Like, he sucks, but at least he could lead his own unit like he has in fights before. Okay, I don't see myself losing, but I'm gonna save it anyways. Okay, troops deploy. For the rest of the game, I'd be okay with not adjusting units, but like, you really have to at least once get things the way you want. All right, don't underestimate it. Ugh, I'm not speaking well today. So I got a new job, and there's so many meetings, and I think that's why my brain's like, sometimes. Okay, so the third company is the unit in the north. The southern company is the fourth unit, and they're gonna be cowardly units because it's led by Roud. He's gonna sit still. This fight is frustrating. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, moving the kobolds forward. It's a little bit of a logjam here because I want these to both advance, but you sort of have to, like... I should have just moved that kobold out of the way. Okay, anyways. So Teresa has Bombard, which gives you crazy distance. I can't quite reach, but look at that. I can almost hit 3 different units. And because she has critical, it's very useful. I'm going to keep the meat wagon to the south in case the other unit advances. So, like I said, he's the king unit, so I don't mind that he only moves one at a time. Like, he needs to be able to be close to his army, but he doesn't have to be all that nimble. Because I only want him to fight if I have to. So all of a sudden Ridley's like, hey, I have a question regarding troop deployment. And she was like, well, we're in the middle of a war, but what's up? He's like, why is the kobold unit being used in the front lines? And so she was like, don't worry about it, man. It's my decision. And Ridley's like, okay, that's rude. So I'm gonna try to take out this southern unit. Because they have great offense, it's a win. You know what I'm saying, Bob? Alright, normally I wouldn't want my archery unit right here, but like I said, fire spear. Boom! And from what I've seen, there's about a 50-50 chance that that's going to hurt a certain unit. If they have incredible defense like 16, I think that it's less likely. Okay, so either way, Victor can't move up here because it's through the trees and it slows down your movement. I should have attacked the southern unit. That was a mistake. May have been a mistake. No, okay, never mind. Alright, so either way, I'll just move him forward 1. And I will keep Gilbert, keeping the border covered. And now I can bombard. I can almost do the regular attack. I might as well try to take out... Let's see, defense. I want to kill a unit. I don't want to damage a unit, so I'm going to go for one of the ones that are already injured. So in these war fights, if there's 2 swords in a unit, unless they have heavy armor like Victor does... No, Gilbert. Then 2 swords and you're dead. Kiba also has heavy armor. So yeah, this is a one-sided fight because they don't have any archery. If an archer unit goes after another archer unit, or magic and magic, basically if they're within range of each other, they can counter. Yeah, so he's going after the kobold unit. If he shot at Flick's unit, then Flick would have fired back, so he didn't do that. Oh, I love that. Yeah, what do you... Oh, sorry, they went after Gilbert. I thought they were going after my Ridley unit. Speaking of Ridley, I'm realizing I made a mistake with my unit deployment. Okay. You're not supposed to be able to beat this guy. Like, I think if I had Investigate, which is what the librarian offered, it would tell me I have a 5% chance of damaging them. But I mentioned critical, and that could happen, which would be dope. So I've got one more fire spear. Is this one Round? No, of course not. Round's going to be behind all those. Let me use these guys first, just because that might change who I want to... where I want to shoot my fire spear. Okay. No, you know what? I should have used Jean last turn with Teresa. I done messed up, y'all. Hey, nice work, Luke. Alright, I wish Flick could move where the Kobold is, but that's not a thing. So I'm just going to have Flick. He doesn't have a chance to do critical, so I'm not going to bother attacking. Oh, that's an archery unit. I shouldn't have fired at him. Yeah, I think I'm actually losing troops on that. Unbelievable. If you look at the numbers, it's just like, that's a bad bounce for us. 9-8 versus 7-4. Alright, they should get... Like, you'd think there'd be a massive disadvantage when a cavalry unit goes in and fights, you know, stuff. Alright, it's a little earlier than I should, but I'm going to go ahead and do that because I'm just a nice guy. I'm actually going to have him wait. And you know what? I'm going to try to pick someone off. Like I said, he's got heavy armor. Okay, and I'll move my Kobold forward, but wait. Yeah, and this is what I mentioned earlier with Ridley, and I shouldn't have set up the way I did. Shu is with Ridley, so I should have given him crap units, is what I'm saying. I actually played this one time, and I was doing so well that, like, they were almost, like, my opponent was almost wiped out. That's my crack, don't smoke Final Fantasy Cracktix reminder. My opponent's unit was almost wiped out, and they still were like, oh, we'd better retreat. And we're like, oh, we're screwed. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is almost over. It's like 50,000 on 20,000. Why are you acting like we're going to lose? So, yeah, no matter how well you do in this fight, it's a frustrating one because you have to be like, oh, no, I'm so sad about my friends or whatever. That's a bad description of what... That's like one of those things where you take a sentence and put it in a language filter, and then you run it back through to get it back into English. So, awesome Fire Spear setup. Wasn't really awesome results. I mentioned Teresa not using the lightning magic. This should F him up, so let's see if it does. Yeah, sweet. So normally I said like the fire spear is like 50-50. That's a much stronger percentage of success. And Luke actually has it too. It's just not, I would say, works less often than what you get out of the lightning. Okay. With the southern unit moving in, I can't even say for sure we would lose this. I did use Bright Shield earlier than I would have, but that's because I knew how this fight's going to go. Ugh, wish I could kill Raud. I don't think I have another turn left, to be honest. Because, like, I sure could. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but if I hit him with the wind magic and Teresa's archery unit, she's got the critical opportunity. A critical opportunity. I don't know why I try to sound like a 90s infomercial salesman. Alright, so yeah, the tide is turning. Like I said, I gave Ridley Shu, which was a mistake. Forgot about the circumstances. I don't get that. Like, why don't you back up and fire on Victor instead of, like, going hand to hand? Oh, that guy's going back. It's no good. Without Ridley's help, we don't have a chance. It's like, I don't agree. So everyone's like, all right, what the hell happened? We'd better retreat. What'd they lose? 3 units and we lost 0? Yeah, we're really getting our asses kicked. Good thing I'm not salty about how this fight goes. Okay, so we'll pick up next time with Damn It Ridley.